morning and happy Tuesday. I had a couple of people pose me some issue that they have in recovery. One of the things that gets them stuck or keeps them stuck is the loneliness piece, right? So what is it about being with someone that you like, right? That's the first question I would ask. What is it about being with someone that you like? Is it doing activities with that person? And if that's the case, it's about getting you, and I get that. Like, I get how comfortable it is or how fun it can be to be, whether it's going to the movies, out to dinner, going skiing on a hike, something like that. So is it activities that you miss, that you enjoy doing with someone, that you feel is lacking in your life? Or is it companionship, right? Is it conversations? Is it just having someone there to run ideas by, talk about your day with, right? And the thing of it is that if you're single, right, in recovery, and this can be a trigger for you, this can be something that not necessarily brings you back to your drug of choice, but could bring you back to a unhealthy relationship, or get you into a relationship that you really don't want to be in, you shouldn't be in, what have you. And I get it. I've been there. I've been in relationships that I had no business being in, but I felt lonely, and I felt like it was better than nothing. I couldn't stand being alone, and I had to really look at what is it about being alone that I'm so uncomfortable with, and how can I fulfill those needs in healthy ways without necessarily being in a romantic relationship. And that's what I needed to do, and that's what I had to figure out. So I needed to, first of all, I needed to get comfortable doing activities on my own, right? So I did get comfortable taking myself out to dinner, going to the movies on my own, right? Going on a weekend getaway trip on my own, not with any intentions of hoping and hooking up with someone, right? And so doing these activities on my own, I had to learn to do them, and it can be very frightening. It can be very fearful, right? Doing things on their own. But, and this is going to go to the third thing I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to incorporate it here real quick, because it's a mindset thing, right? Sometimes we have this mindset that, people don't go to the movies by themselves, or people don't go out to eat by themselves, or I'm going to look like an idiot. I'm going to look, look like I can't get a date, or what am I going to do when I take myself out to dinner? What, I'm going to sit with myself? I can't talk to myself. Like, what am I going to do? And so we have this mindset of what it should look like when you're doing these activities, and it stops you from doing them. Okay, I'll get into mindset in a minute. But so it's practicing, because when we're not used to doing a certain thing, right, it feels awkward, it feels uncomfortable doing it the first few times we do it. And when I took myself out to eat, it felt awkward at first. When I went to the movies by myself, it felt awkward at first. When I made plans to do my first weekend getaway by myself, I was scared. I was frightened. Like, I'm going to drive all the way there by myself. What if I break down, right? What if, there's no service and I can't call somebody, right? What if, what if? There was a whole bunch of what ifs. Like, am I going to have fun? Like, it's going to be boring by myself. Like, what do I do? It was a 3.5 hour drive. It was a long ass drive, at least for me. I wasn't used to it. And when I get there, like, when I first walk into the room, I went on a retreat. Like, I'm not going to know anybody. how am I going to approach that, right? So it's practicing, it's doing it. You're going to feel awkward, you're going to feel weird, it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's practicing doing these activities on your own. And as far as the companionship piece, like, mindset, we think that we need a romantic partner to have that companionship. We can look for those relationships. We can look for companionship in other forms, right? So we can get together more often with our friends, go out to dinner with them, right? Go on a hike with them, have these conversations, have them on the phone, right? Talk about your day with them on the phone. Make it a regular thing. And again, it may seem awkward at first. It may seem like you're bothering them, right? And you can ask their permission. There's ways to go about it too. You ask their permission. Make it a goal. See, like, listen, I miss that piece of talking with someone. Do you think we could, like, touch base once a week and, like, just catch up? I really need that in my life, and I would love to hear what you're doing, and your goals and things in your life, right? And I miss that relationship. So having that with your friends, with your family, right? Make a date night with your son or your daughter, right? Make it a mother-daughter day, right? And make that intention, set that intention, make that plan. And the other thing on top of that is that you'll have that to look forward to, and having something to look forward to is also a bonus, right? When you have a date, right, with somebody, a romantic date, you look forward to it at the end of the week, right? Something to look forward to. Well, you can do the same thing with other relationships. Another way of doing it with companionship is volunteering, like volunteering at, like, a soup kitchen or a nursing home. Nursing homes would love to have people come in, even if it's just once a week, once a month even, right? Volunteer once a month, go in there. You'll get to talk with the people. A lot of the people the old timers, I don't want to say old people, seniors. A lot of them may be lonely. Maybe they don't get visits that often, right? Maybe for whatever reason, maybe they don't have family members that are alive. Maybe they're too far away, or maybe they're so involved in their lives they don't have time for whatever the reasoning is. A lot of them are lonely. A lot of them don't have visitors. And if you could come and you could, spend some time with them and have conversations with them, you'd be doing them a service as well as yourself. It'd be very fulfilling because you'd be able to be there. You may learn a lot, right, from an old timer, right? There's a lot of stuff that you can learn from, you can absorb, you can talk about your life, your day, you can ask them questions about theirs. So there's other ways of getting companionship without being in a romantic relationship. And the thing that I found is when I was fulfilling my needs in other ways, right? I didn't have that need. I didn't come off as needing that, or I don't want to say desperate, because I don't think it's being desperate, right? But when you're seeking that so much, you get frustrated, and you're going out with all these people on dates, and it's just like, when you back off and you fulfill your needs in other ways, you give off this radiance of contentment, of happiness, of someone being at peace, and you will attract somebody. Because that's attractive, right? And then you'll find that you may even find yourself in a relationship without even trying, without even putting in that effort, the effort that you were before when you were signing up for all these date sites, right? So fulfilling those needs in other ways, other than necessarily looking for a romantic relationship, it will happen. It will happen if you put yourself out there in environments that are healthy, that you find interesting, because you'll find people who have like interest. Another thing is, when I used to be on this dating app, the one thing I did like about it, I didn't like the dates, whatever, the people that they matched up with me. But they also offered, get-togethers, meetups, right? And so they would organize things that you could do to meet up with people, kayaking or biking or whatever the thing that it is. You would meet up people, and it would be in a safe environment because you're with a larger group. It's not one-on-one. And you're having fun, and you walk away from it, even if you didn't find someone, you meet somebody, you had a good time. You got to meet people, and you did an activity that is interesting to you, and the likelihood of you finding someone with the same interest is just increased. So I think they also have Meetup. I think it's called Meetup, which is an app which does a similar thing, right? And I know with COVID, a lot of it was wasn't really happening, but I think even though the numbers are going up now, I think they're having more and more meetups where you can go to a museum, right? Meet up with a group of people at a museum or whatever it is that you do that interests you, and being with other people. So there's a couple of things there. And again, going back to mindset, we need to get over this thing that I ought to be, I should be, right? I'm 50 years old. I should be married by now. I shouldn't be single. I shouldn't be, looking for a relationship. I should get that out of you. You got to stop that mindset, right? The orders, the should'ves, the whatever. When you start talking like that, be mindful of that and say, you know what? That's not true. That's a lie. That's a lie I've been telling myself, and it's not true, right? I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And what am I going to do to fulfill my needs today? I'm going to call a friend. I'm going to make a date with myself, or a date with my son. I'm going to do these things. Make an intention. Make a plan, and schedule it regularly. Meet with your friends once a month for coffee or dinner, right? Or make a movie night with your son once a month or once a week. I don't know, whatever you have time for. So these are some things you can do. If you're feeling lonely, we have to change the mindset. Figure out what it is that is making you lonely, and then fulfill those needs in other healthy ways. I know this has been a very long video, but I hope this has helped you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember to let the people that you love know that you love them. Give them a call, send them the text, give them a great big hug and kiss every chance you get, because you never know. Live your life enthusiastically. There is no other way. Live your life with intention. And if you like my videos, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook under Recovery Enthusiast. Check out my website. I got wonderful content there, other information, other tips, and that's recoveryenthusiast.com. And until next time, guys, stay blessed. Peace.